Well, I was born and raised in Gainesville, and when I finished up my 10 years with the U.S. federal government, I was wanting to come home and give my kids a little bit of the small town feel that I had been born and raised with. And in looking at where we would establish residency, I looked very hard for a dual language program. And that was a very important factor in my decision because I wanted to give my kids this gift of bilingualism, and I was looking for a dual language program. The bilingual program as we currently have it in GISD was ideal for my children because we came from overseas, and my children have been born and raised in Spanish-speaking environments in several different countries in Latin America, and they attended school in Spanish language in Panama. And the fact that Gainesville is going to take on the dual language program is just an enormous sense of pride for me, for Gainesville, for GISD, that we are moving ahead, we're being innovative, and that the district is working hard to give this gift to both populations, because this is something that's going to serve them well into adulthood. This is going to serve them in the university. This is going to serve them when they get out into the job market. This is a skill that not everyone has, and it's a very lucrative skill, both on the local market and international market. And it's something that is also going to keep those neurons in their brains functioning. You know, when you have another language going on in your head, your brain is using other parts of the brain that it wouldn't typically use. So it really helps that creativity, and it really helps the cognitive ability of the bilingual person. The benefit of being a teacher, now being a parent, there were multiple studies done about, the higher scores on standardized tests that bilingual students have, their ability to understand meanings of words. You know, everyone's taken that SAT test where you get those words that are so obscure you can't really understand. And the point is, you're not supposed to know what that word means, but you're supposed to try to figure out what that word means. You're supposed to infer what is the meaning of this word, whether it's a Greek root or it's a Latin root. You're supposed to use that root word and try to figure out what the meaning of that word is. But knowing a Latin-based language is really going to help you figure out those literary skills that they need for the SATs when they get into college, and they're reading academic works that have words that most people don't typically use in their everyday vocabulary. This is really something that is an amazing gift to give our children. I know, Mr. D and the faculty here have talked about, you really only learn to read once. I really see that with my 6-year-old. He's reading in Spanish, he's reading in English, and we really only had to really talk about the mechanics of reading in one language, and it doesn't matter. It just applies. Once the students graduate and they have this biliteracy, bilingual seal, the number one benefit they're going to see right away is when they go to college. They're going to get to save those 12 credits that they need for that required foreign language at the university. So there's 12 credits of saving that we can just take out of that college cost there. And then that's also basically equivalent to semester. So that might go ahead and put them on a little more advanced route to graduation. But here, even in the local market, I'm currently an officer at First State Bank, and the number of bilingual employees that we have is imperative for us to be able to do business and to have our customer service. And it's something that we're constantly looking for and constantly building upon. I know several local businesses in town that need that bilingual customer service rep to be able to serve the community in an adequate way. And just being bilingual already puts you ahead of the other job seekers in the same pool.